Good morning, YouTube. I don't know if anyone's out there. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. Great thing about the internet, you can find out very quickly. Well, you can either find something very quickly or you can find that you can't find something very quickly. I guess it kind of goes both ways. Oh, what's up, Brian? Brian Morlock. I have not seen you around, I don't think. At least I don't think you've commented if you've been a subscriber for a while. Are you a maker or just a consumer? 4 subs! Wow, is that you? The Oppresso Uber? The ultimate oppressor? So RSOS, I don't know what that means. Hmm. Like something services. Anyways, Dr. Oppressor Lieber. Sorry, is that what it says? Oh, Lieber. What's going on? You can do it? I take it you sold your money, Carlo? Oh, you know, that car, I always thought that car looked sick, to be honest. I really like a lot of the 80s cars. Maybe it's because I grew up in the 80s, but um, the Monte Carlo was such an interesting car because, it was a sports vehicle, but it kind of came from a non-sporting line. So it was kind of very, like, non-conformist in that way. Like it may, not to compare it to another car, but take something random like a Buick Regal. Like it's almost like making a Buick Regal. And I mean, unless I'm wrong and the Monte Carlo has like a long history of racing that I'm not aware of, I don't suppose I really know the history of the Monte Carlo. They just always had this like NASCAR look to them. And, like old NASCAR, not like new NASCAR. Billy Bird. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Just doing a little bit of just a little short prepper update. Maybe not that much of a prepper update this morning. Maybe it's just more like um, a random blog. I don't care. I don't have to use fancy internet words. I like to make up new words like live chat. I mean, live chat's not really a new word, but I like to call things sometimes by their wrong name, like the interwebs. I like to call the internet the interwebs because the wrong way. Wow, and my headphones. If you can see this, this is shit hanging from these, and I can't even grab it. It's really. Where the fuck is it? Is it on the front? Man, I can't see it in the video. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, there's kind of falling apart just a little bit, but they still light up, so I can't resist. Yorin, what's going on, Yorin? Billy, stop trolling my people in the chat room, Billy. Brian, you'll get the idea, Brian. I'm sure. Anyways, um, L.A. Prepper does Hollywood. I I mean, like, can you imagine me like starting a Bodro fire on Hollywood? Like in the middle of Hollywood or something. I mean, I'm sure people would come up, somebody at some point with a badge would come up to me and say, "Could you stop lighting fires in the street, please?" I don't know. But if I was like, "Well, I just was hunting a rabbit in the forest and I have to cook it," they still wouldn't let you light a fire in the middle of the street. Melting in the heat. Is it hot in Sweden? Weather in Stockholm. 85. Get out of here, dude. It was like it was literally 110 in Alhambra like 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago or something. It was insane. We're in cities. We are severely challenged on shift day. I'm in Atlanta. What's a shift day? A shit day? A hot day? I don't know what a shift day is. Oh, I've been to Atlanta, by the way. Atlanta's nice. Super green. I felt like I was flying into Endor or something. I mean, I'm like, where's this plane gonna land? We're flying over a forest. It's like a jungle rainforest. I mean, it's I thought it was gorgeous. Very muggy, a little muggy, but you know. No. I mean, I try to keep it PG from stuff that I say plus stuff in the chat mostly. You'd be surprised if they put in PG movies these days. Maybe PG-13, now and then, but definitely it is not an R-rated or X-rated stream, and I don't like talking. I don't really have a problem with people talking about stuff usually, but anyway. Selling a pistol to buy 3 more DB-15. Never heard of it. I hate to say it. There's a lot of guns out there though, you know. Oh, well, it's also a connector and maybe a bicycle. Try a pistol. Oh. So it's like a pistol conversion, I think. Uh, you can buy a semi-automatic rifle in California. It just has to be registered and featureless. So you're going to have to take it apart to remove the clip. It's not going to have a thumb grip. It's going to have like this weird angled grip thing. Couple other features. Can't have a grenade launcher. I don't think that's in the law, but that's a separate law. So yes and no. We can't go full auto. And I don't I'm really not good because there is some stuff that's grandfathered in, like certain weapons. If you owned it before certain changes, you get grandfathered in. Other ones get taken off the list no matter what. So I there's so many laws in California. I couldn't possibly try to summarize all of them as they relate to firearms. And if you're not an attorney, you're not supposed to give legal advice. But I need to find. There are. I will say the government has not done a terrible job about putting this information online, but I don't know how many pages of firearms laws there are, but probably over 100. So if you wanted to brush up on California firearm law, you could spend a whole weekend doing it. Wouldn't be a bad thing to do. It'd be an interesting thing to report back on, but anyways. Yeah, I mean they sell excuse me. 12 gauges are legal in California, not like full auto, but even semi-autos are legal. Could buy a $900 Keltec, but you know, my general feeling on like firearms and prepping are that you kind of like it's a personal decision each individual needs to make on like realistically how much it's going to be a part of their future. Yeah, it's good to be here. I haven't, I did mostly live streams recently. I was thinking actually about trying to get into more short videos on topics and stuff, like I used to do. But I know I gotta kind of find like the right time because the shifts that I'm working, like I come back and at 3 or 4 in the morning, I'm not really trying to do a video, and then before work, I'm like getting ready to do stuff and trying to like chill, and because I work 10-hour shifts, so I need a little bit of R&R time to kind of get into the mode. Like I'm about to work for 10 hours. It's not my work's not like the hardest thing in the world. It's challenging, but it's not like terrible, so it's not too bad. I enjoy it. It is work, but I enjoy it. So what are people, in fact, let me get a pen real quick so I can do a little brainstorming. But I want to know what you are doing in the prepping world. Are you working on anything prepping related? Yeah. Plus every other Saturday, which is like 6 hours. So average 53 hours a week. I do though, but I've been not working for a really long time. You have to keep that in mind. So, and the company that I work for, I think is pretty cool personally. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's like a tech company, and I build stuff for them. So, it's good. Good to build stuff. I like working with my hands. So, oh, that's right, the homestead. Your name is like. I like that you're working on a homestead. And your name is Homestead. It makes it like if you were a knife guy and your channel name was like Mr. Knife or something. I'd be like, oh, what are you working on? You'd be like, oh, another knife. I'd be like, of course you are. When you're homesteading means like I'm doing everything right now. Yeah, I'm like building a house, planning out all this stuff, getting a bunch of gear, becoming a farmer, a construction person. You know, like you have to be everything when you're like a homesteader. I think of it like a rancher. It's not. I mean, not everything, but a lot of different things to some level of competency, or you just have to have money and pay people to do it all. I guess you could theoretically homestead and have the entire thing run by hired help. I think that's more like a ranch, but survival camp. That's really cool. That's really fun. I'm certainly not a survival expert, but it would be fun to hold like a survival event or something and go make a shelter, make fire, lash some stuff together, do some orienteering, do a little first aid, kind of like a survival camp. Yeah, jack of all trades, definitely, as a homesteader. Because it's so much cheaper. Like, even if you're like putting in fence posts, or I mean, and the frustrating thing is stuff you can do yourself is cheaper in the long run, but it's kind of can be expensive in the short run. Yeah, you can rent a tool or buy a tractor or, get, I don't know, 10 cubic yards of concrete delivered and spread it all out, but it's like it's still 10 yards of concrete still costs money, or 20 cubic feet of gravel to spread on your driveway still costs money. So you might be going from $15,000 to $5,000, but it's still $5,000 that you have to dole out if you want to, do some stuff. So yeah, believe me, I can appreciate that it's starting. I think you said were you the one that were working on somebody else? Are you working from scratch, RG, or is yours like partway in progress? Because one of my subs bought a project from somebody else that's like halfway, and I can't remember if it was you or not. But either way, still quite the 2 years. Wow. Especially like if it sounds like you work full time, or at least enough that you can't be doing the homestead thing all the time. So you're like doing it on the weekends or when you have some time off or whatever from your regular thing. Yeah, with this job now, I'm sort of like thinking in the future about trying to, stop paying rent and getting getting a home base that's a little more conducive to projects. It's a little hard to be working on stuff in the apartment, the boat. I want to build a plane. Just want to build stuff. I want to be able to like Airbnb a room or maybe rent out a room. Help with some costs and stuff. I just need a better home base. But I'm thinking like how how buying a house and prepping like are related, aren't related. It's a huge amount of permanence. Not an indefinite amount of permanence, but you're not stuck forever to get it right. Cool. Yeah, so okay, so RG's working on the homestead, Yorn's working on getting ready for survival camp. Brian, what are you working on? Kind of prepping stuff you doing all the way step one survival. Oh, cool. Yeah, and forgive me, I mean, Brian, I have like hours and hours of footage, so food's definitely good to work on. But yeah, I haven't been making videos as much recently. I'm gonna get back into that. I've sort of also the every other day thing. I'm not complaining or anything, but the every other day thing means that all my weekend stuff kind of has to be like jammed into Sunday. So today, I got stuff to do, which I might talk about just a little bit. Who's no? Oh, Billy. Wait, where does your comment about getting pee from behind the toilet come in? Sock puppet. I would grab a sock. Well, I have some dress socks. I guess I could use for a sock puppet. I'm my friend actually runs a production company, and one of the things that he's really into is like puppetry as like an art medium. And I think it has a lot of potential, to be honest. It doesn't always have to be for kids. Step One Survival's cool. Did you catch his live stream last night, Brian? I don't know if you probably know this, but yeah, he has a live stream, or they, Sergeant and Sippy Cup have a live stream every Saturday night, like 5:30 Pacific. We were talking about motorcycles last night. It was very enjoyable. I thought I was a janitor. Well, I do clean at work. We do clean a couple times a day, or throughout the day rather. So I am encouraged to keep a clean environment. So I do use a broom or mop. Not a mop. We don't mop. Although I've been um, pushing for mopping, but I think the floors get swept by the. I think the janitorial service does the actual wet cleaning of the floors. But anyways, oh, okay, I must have seen that. Yeah, I remember the comment about Chuck Norris. I don't remember Chuck Norris riding a dual sport in particular, but I'll have to take your word for it. Going back to school, I just finished school. I'm not. Oh, because you didn't know whether or not I was finished. Gotcha. Like, am I returning to school? I thought you meant like going back fresh. No, in fact, well, yeah, it's got some personal stuff on it, like, my name and where I live and stuff like that. But I do have my degree in my closet over there. And, what's up, Bayou? I'm doing all right. I might need to make some more coffee in a second here. It's a little bit early for me. I went to bed. I tried to stay up. See, the thing is, only thing that's a little fun about Saturdays, working Saturdays, is that we start at 11, but normally start at 2. So I get home at 2 from Friday night, Saturday morning technically, but the Friday night shift, um, go to bed at like, I think I went to bed at 5. Dr. Prepper. Um, I incidentally I do like Dr. Pepper. I don't drink a lot of it recently. I can't say I don't drink a lot of soda. I have been drinking like Sprites on the way home. But okay, so back to the why I'm sleepy right now. Luckily, I have a shitty camera, so it's not picking it up too good, hopefully. But so I went to bed at like 5, and then I go to work at 11. So you can imagine, like, not as much sleep as I might normally get. So I hard to stay up until 2 on Saturday night. So you go to sleep at 12, and then my body's like, well, you only need 7 hours of sleep anyway. So I wake up at 7, which makes you want to go to bed even earlier tonight, which means I'm going to wake up early on Monday. And so, like, last Monday, I think I got up at like 7 o'clock, kind of like today. And then I went to work at 3:45 and worked all the way till 2 a.m. So I either have to stay up really late today, or I have to take a nap in the middle of today to kind of. I always lose the time thing on the weekends. It's like jet lag, but I haven't gone anywhere. So still, I'm pretty good. The night shift's not too bad, but company I worked as grading. You can use the equipment. What do you mean you could use the? Oh, like the company you run? Like, I'd be impressed if you were an employee of a company that lets you just borrow the grader. Like, not many companies just let you borrow their equipment on the weekend. I mean, you must have some pull in this company. But yeah, dude, that's cool. And there's land in California. There is, and that's the tough thing. Like, I could get a couple acres of dirt in the desert, and there wouldn't be much there. But for $5,000, whatever, $10,000 for a down payment. Oh, no shit. Um, for the same for a down payment for a house, I could buy a chunk of dirt about 2 to 3, 4 hours away from me, right? So, I could keep renting here and use money that I would put towards a mortgage to develop some offsite location, or I could get a little bit more permanent, and try to buy a house so that I have more room for a garden, doing stuff like rainwater collection, solar. You can put solar on your roof a lot easier than getting permission from your landlord, stuff like that. So it's a hard thing about being an apartment. Yeah, water's the tough one. There's not I don't know what the groundwater situation is like in California, but in fact, I don't know how that works, like how you do a water survey when you're in an area that doesn't have a lot of wells. Like, do they just know? Do water survey people just know, or do they have to drill a hole? I mean, what if the nearest ranch is like 20 miles away or 10 miles away? You can't assume groundwater is going to be the same 10 miles. Oh, see you, Yoren. Have fun. Yeah, water's a big one. I mean, to be honest, you'd feel a little vulnerable just like in the middle of the desert if there was no, brush or vegetation or anything. Like if it really was, oh, excuse you, if it really was just dirt, it's not a very defensive perimeter. I know. I know, RG. But the thing is, I wouldn't be able to live there. I mean, unless I want to commute 3 hours each way to work, which I don't. I do incidentally work near an airport, but and after I think I would have to get. I don't think I could fly in an ultralight because I kind of work near LAX, and I think that I know for a fact LAX is controlled airspace, and usually the controlled airspace over an airport it's like these cylinders. So it's like a small cylinder, then a big cylinder, then a bigger cylinder. So depending on whether or not the airport near where I work is near where LAX is within controlled airspace of LAX, I wouldn't be able to fly in without a license. I'd have to get like at least a light sport license. I think is ultralight pilots can't fly in controlled airspace randomly. Part 103, I think. So yeah, but I'm not going to hire a well digger until I buy the land. So it's like, no, I would buy a motorcycle. I'm not. I mean, technically, I think I would get the. There's a lot of carpool lanes. It's a weird thing. Communism in California. We have a freeway. There's parts of our freeway that has 6 lanes, but only some people get those 2 extra lanes. Now, I'm not necessarily against encouraging people to use energy efficient vehicles. Maybe tax breaks, price breaks, I don't know. But to just say that a third of the freeway is only for certain people, that seems a little elitist to me. It does it make people all go out and buy hybrids? I don't know, maybe more people buy hybrids, or does it make everyone want to carpool? Carpooling doesn't always work for everyone. It's kind of super inconvenient unless you live like really close. One of my coworkers was talking about it, and I was like, I don't know. I would save money on gas. Maybe like 3, $4 a trip, something like that. But no, I'm thinking about getting a motorcycle. I mean, I've had motorcycles before. I'm always like in between motorcycles. But I'm also saving up to try to go to Europe, possibly this year. Probably, definitely. Supposed to be definitely. I shouldn't even say possibly. So there's so much water in the south and the southeast. I'm really, everything wants to grow down there. Every, not, I mean, some plants like a little less humidity and maybe a little different temperature, but you can grow a lot of stuff in the south. California too, if you water it. That's just the thing. You need water, and anywhere that you're going to have grass growing on your property, land is going to cost some money, unless it's like landlocked or dog shit or something. Man, people are working or sleeping. Maybe not working, but like doing family stuff on a Sunday morning. Just a little bit quiet. I hope to be working on my boat. Give you a quick update since the chat's a little bit quiet right now. My bug out boat, my windsurf Moran, and I will put up the link because I spent hours and hours toiling away on the website. I haven't worked on recently. Shame on me. I need to throw some pictures up on there. But this boat is in progress. I wish I had a wireless webcam. I need to buy some kind of wireless webcam or something so that when I'm talking about stuff that I want to show you, um, I don't have anything exciting on the bed, but if I could pick up the laptop actually, if I had Wi-Fi, the battery on a laptop is kind of iffy, but if I had Wi-Fi, I guess I could just pick up the laptop. Anyways, um, working on a boat. 40 acres, Garland, Colorado, for $10,000. Wow, that's a lot of land. That's a good amount of land. I mean, it's not a ludicrous amount of land, but it's a healthy amount of land. Looking for another. If you don't mind me asking, why did you sell the last one, and what are you looking for that's different in the new piece of land versus the old piece of land? Man, and sometimes I wonder if I should just buy some good land. Like even if it's in Georgia or Oregon or Colorado or who knows. You know, I just I would love this is kind of like what I would love. I mean, I'd love to do a lot of things. I'm always talking about way too many things, but um okay. I don't know. I can't remember to answer your question, Brian, about have I checked out that website. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I will look at it right now and I will tell you if it looks familiar. Delta Team Tactical. Are you a fan of their stuff? Delta Team, that is Delta Team Tactical stuff. Mm. Okay, cool. Thanks for the link, man. A boat is a big hole in the water, going nowhere, just fun to do. You can go somewhere in a boat. You could sail to Hawaii. I don't know if I'd want to sail to Hawaii in my boat, but yeah, land is good. I mean, if I had land 3 hours away, I could go drive there on the weekends and work on it, but I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I know I'm gonna own land in the future, but it's a tough decision. Tough decision. Fortunately, I don't have to make the decision on whether or not I can buy a house because I can't afford a house right now. But within the next year or so, I should be able to buy a crappy little house somewhere in a rough neighborhood in LA. That's the other thing. Buying a house in a bad neighborhood versus buying land in the middle of nowhere. Or maybe I should just get both. But so back to the land. So one thing I was thinking about was, oh, shut the hell up. Did you? I want to do that too. And that's crazy. For people who don't, I'm going to explain why that's really crazy for people that aren't from LA. Catalina is several miles off the coast, and most, yeah, not exactly. I mean, it's a trimaran, but it's tiny. Catalina is several miles off the coast, and once you get a few hundred yards offshore, the waves start picking up like the regular ocean, quote unquote. They're not quite as big as like the open ocean, but they're definitely get to a point where, um, sailing a dinghy is a small craft. Typically, they don't usually have keels. You might have a centerboard. They probably don't have autopilot. You might be able to reef the sails if you're lucky, but the winds pick up in the afternoon. So it's a good chance that the waves, the swell, was half the size of the dinghy, if not a little bit more. So that's crazy. Yeah, is it really 26 miles? Wow. So let me ask you this, RG. If you were going to sail to Catalina and you want to know the waters, so you want to get to know the waters, would you just kind of start sailing out? God, my nose is really itchy right now. Would you just start sailing out into the ocean and stuff? Or, I don't know how you get to know the waters without just getting to know the waters. I was thinking about windsurfing today. I was thinking about sailing today, but I'm a few too many hours. Ooh, excuse me, I'm a little tired, and I'm too many hours from being done with the boat. I'm gonna make I'm gonna make this crazy contraption. In fact, let me see if I can find a good picture of it. Kayak dolly. If I want to make something to move the boat to the water, I don't have a trailer. So I'm gonna make something like, I can get a better picture of it. It's kind of funny. It wraps all the way around the board. I don't know if that's more convenient than just wrapping onto the bottom of the board, but it doesn't necessarily look more convenient, but it does look pretty simple to use, and I do like that. Because I don't want to have to buy another damn strap, to be honest. Oh crap, this is a video? God damn, this guy used a lot of PVC. Why'd you reinforce it like that? You didn't need those two extra struts. Oh my gosh. So you guys can figure out what the hell I'm talking about. This is the first kayak dolly I'm talking about, and also something possibly like something like this. It's like I was saying, it's 300 feet. Oh Jesus, that's an ugly freaking address. Good lord. Address really have to be that long? So the first time I went, my maiden voyage, um, I drugged the whole thing out and it was terrible. 10 feet long dinghy, yeah. So if you got 5 foot swells, you're really freaking, going like that's a lot. Get outside the break wall. I know. Well, oh, what's up, Jerry's Woodshop and Outdoors? By the way, speaking of sailing out beyond the break wall, I'm going to be borrowing, at least I plan on borrowing, one of my subscribers' action cameras to get some footage. So we're going to get some on the water footage of me on the water. It's going to be crazy. Oh, God, I want to finish the boat today. The idea today is to finish the dolly and finish the boat. I have to work on the mast base. What do I have to work on? Let's see. Mast base, dolly, finish the rudder rigging, which is close to being done. Had to move the rudder, but fortunately, I didn't. I did a little bit of weight reduction on the frame. I've been doing good work. What else do I need to do? Mast base, dolly, rudder rigging. Oh, cross member. The boogie cross member. That's a. I have these two boogie boards on the back. Look ridiculous. But anyways, enough about the boat. Wow, you really were a Californian, RG. Surfing, sailing to Catalina. You're like living. You're like the classic 60s, 70s beach LA guy. That's really cool. Yeah, I have nobody that I know that owns a powerboat. That would be a lot safer thing to do. And I've been thinking about safety because I don't think you get even like cell phone coverage all the way out. I'd have to have obviously I'd have a radio on me, but that's only good. I mean, if the Coast Guard's on like some crazy digital trunking thing, I mean they're probably on CB, but I don't have a CB radio. I don't know if the Coast Guard's on VHF, UHF, but I would somehow try to plan some contingency in relation to that safety. You can get like emergency beacons. They're like I don't know what the cheapest ones are, but you can activate them, and yeah. So like Walmart West Marine has like this emergency beacon for $240, and you wear it, and it's got a strobe, and it'll send I think your GPS coordinates to I don't know somebody. Who do they send them to? GPS enabled. I don't know. I think the Coast Guard can pick it up. So anyway, something like that would be a good idea, but I'd like to find one that's not $200. Flare gun. Flare gun wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe a boat horn, a marine radio. Well, yeah, I have a radio. I need to find out what frequencies they're on. Yeah, planning. So much planning to do. That's why, so obviously I'll start like just in the bay. I don't have to worry about as much of that stuff, but yeah, gotta work on the boat. Oh, JD, what's up? What's up, JD? I was just talking about a subscriber who was going to be kind enough to lend me an action cam when I take out the boat. I was thinking if I knew someone with a drone, getting some drone footage would be pretty sick. I'm not going to be going that fast, but it's going to look good from a drone because everything looks good from a drone. Channel 16. That's a CB channel, though, I think, right? CB is like 1 through, I don't know, 40 or something. Maybe more. What is CB? I haven't used a CB radio in an uber long time. Anyway. So yeah, working on the boat. What else are we doing today? Well, personally wise, I'm doing laundry, but that's not very exciting. Might go shopping for some food. Nice. Awesome. Oh, by the way, what attachment does it have? Does it have a little GoPro receptor attachment like the that's like the industry standard, like the USB of action cams? Because I think I have a sticky, so I could stick my GoPro mount or base onto something and then stick the camera onto that. Oh, it is 1 through 40. I was right. Wow, I remembered something. Or if you want to tell me what type of camera it is, I can look online and see what kind of base it has or something. But I guess I could duct tape it to my boat. Not the worst. In fact, duct tape isn't even necessarily a bad idea, or like Gorilla Tape or something, because I could get a bunch of different angles. Oh, Marine Channel to get help from the Coast Guard, yeah. I hope they don't ask me to board my boat. There's not really anywhere to stand on it from them. Oh, nice. Okay. You probably got like, got it from eBay or Amazon or something and got the kit that has like 40 fucking accessories in it for like 9.99, and you're like, how do they put so many accessories in here for 9.99? Fuck it. 2 weeks shipping? Why not? Free shipping too, probably from China, of course, but you know, people in China need jobs too, right? No reason to be hating on Chinese factories. I work in a factory. I would hope that people in China aren't like, fuck Americans. I don't want to ever buy anything from America because it's built in an American factory. Think about that. Next time, next time you're like hating on somebody else, think about what if they hated on you for the same thing? Would that really like make the world a better place necessarily? So I have plenty of stuff in my apartment that was built in China, and if it works and it's relatively affordable, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But I do like to buy American as well, because American jobs are nice too. They will pull alongside you and have got onto the cutter to talk to you. Yeah, I don't doubt that they might be curious, especially when they see the numbers drawn on my boat, on my hull number drawn like a 5-year-old. They're going to be like, "Who the hell is this guy?" I do have a wireless mic. Um, I have a little digital recorder. It's not waterproof, but I could attach it somewhere and cross my fingers that it doesn't fall into the water. Um, so, you know. But do they stop every boat just because they feel like it, or like, I mean, they just go up to everybody and like get in your shit? Kind of aggravating. One thing I do need to look up, which I'm not 100% sure, is the required safe. In fact, maybe life jackets, navigation lights. Oh, but that's only during certain times. Sound signaling devices, a whistle. So I know the whistle counts. Visual distress signal, orange flag. Ugh. So I need an orange flag, 16 feet or more. See, my boat's not 16 feet. I don't have a motor. I don't for his fire extinguisher. I don't have a motor, and I don't have an enclosed cabin. I don't have an inboard gasoline engine, so I don't need a backfire flame arrestor. I don't have an engine. I don't need a muffler, ventilation system. Don't need that. So, according to the Coast Guard, I need a life jacket. If I go at night, I need a navigation light. I need a signaling device, and that's it. And my life jacket has a whistle. See, I thought I already looked into this. Anyways, oh no, I don't. Oh Well, when you look at my boat, you can tell that I can't really smuggle anything on it. So, unless I'm towing them under my boat, with like snorkels and scuba gear or something like that. But well, I do have a radio. P-less whistle. Yes, it is a P-less whistle. I also have a Fox 40. The life jacket whistle, I don't think is a really great whistle, but I have a Fox 40, which is a better whistle in my opinion. Old lifeguard whistle. 20 feet below boats. Well, I hope if the lifeguard stops, they'll at least be kind enough to derp out on the camera with me. Because if I can get some great footage of saying hi to the lifeguard, that would be kind of hilarious. But if they're like, "Sir, you need to turn off the camera," that's not going to be very enjoyable. Not as enjoyable. So, but yeah, got to get on the water. Because in fact, let's look at the wind today and see if I want to tempt myself with trying to windsurf. The thing is, I really want to take the boat out, so I feel like I'd rather take the boat out and then go windsurfing, but I don't know. Pretty tempting. Plus, I feel like windsurfing's a good way to get to know the waters around Cabrillo Beach, but the boat's a good way too. So wind-wise today, yeah, dog shit, 7, 8 miles an hour. Ugh, terrible. It's really windy Thursday. Yeah, it's just been. Oh, next Saturday, 11 miles an hour. Ooh, 81 degrees. We might have to aim for next Saturday. Well, maybe I'll have to start carrying, cookies and milk for the. I mean, look, I'm glad they enforce stuff by the water. And speaking of enforcing our country, everyone talks about, people. The wall has been in the news a lot recently. You want to know how a lot of stuff gets smuggled in this country? Containers, people included. I mean, I think they check like less than 1%, probably a fraction of 1% of containers they actually open up. So you don't know what's in those containers. Could be lots of different stuff. So yeah, checking the water is super important. What's up, noble gamer girl? I had a feeling it was. I think the picture gave it away. But so yeah, hopefully going to make some good progress. I got to take a trip down to Harbor Freight to pick up those wheels. I could pick them up from Home Depot, but I've been trying to avoid buying stuff at Home Depot because reasons. I did not know that, but it doesn't surprise me. It seems like a weird thing that you could sell a port, doesn't it? How can we sell part of our coast? I mean, I know you could sell a house, but it's still in the state of California. How could you sell a port? Seems like I don't know. I feel like the port should be state owned. We should nationalize the ports. Damn it. Yeah, there's not really a Lowe's near me though, but I do like Lowe's better. I think I might need to head off soon. My voice is just a little bit hoarse. 100-year lease. Okay, that kind of makes a little more sense. Hmm. Did we renew our lease? Oh, what's up, Justin Time? The best GoPros? I mean, you can spend as much. If you're talking about an actual GoPro, there's only a few, so you can kind of buy, expensive one as you want. Um, One thing I will tell you, if you're thinking about the difference between high definition, oh, excuse me, and 4K, 4K takes up a lot more space, so you need to get bigger memory cards. It takes a lot longer to transfer because they're bigger files. It takes a lot longer to edit videos because they're bigger files, and it's harder to edit videos because you need maybe a better computer depending on your computer. Try to render a 4K video, yeah, it'd take you like 5 hours. They take longer to upload, and not necessarily everyone cares about 4K. So that's my 2 cents on GoPros. Also, consider whether or not you want audio, because I don't believe all GoPros have an external mic connection that's waterproof, because that's like waterproof electric connections, kind of expensive shit. So since I think that's a really good question. Everyone always worries about video, but they never think about audio. Oh god, there's so much GoPro crap. I don't even want to waste time. I mean, not waste time, but I don't want to spend time on it right now. There's just too much. But Jerry, I will maybe I'll try to look into the answer to that question and do a video on it. It'd be cool if my channel was a little bit bigger and I could, write a letter to GoPro and say, "Hey, you want to send me a camera? I'd love to do a review on it." Maybe I should, anyways. I've been meaning to get some sponsorship, but I don't think I have a big enough following. Thanks, thanks, Will. I don't think I have a big enough following to really make sponsorship like that attractive to different users, but I don't, or different companies. But at the same time, I don't think I'm gonna ever kill this channel. So yeah, I really should, right? I mean, I do try to live life by that. Do I think the boat that I'm making is going to be great and even fast and necessarily even highly functional? I don't know. But why the hell not? Right? Why the hell not? If I wanted to, I could probably rush everything, get done by 12, and be on the water by 3 o'clock. And that's why I'm not going out today, because I don't want to be on the water by 3 o'clock. I tried that last time. The wind is way too strong. All right. Well, I think I'm going to head out, people, because I don't like doing sort of long, rambling streams. And I also encourage all of you to get busy today. Oh no, he can't post for 90 days? Did he got temporarily banned or something from YouTube? That's really crappy. So Farm Boy 45. What was Farm Boy talking about? Got him in trouble. Pretty innocuous intro for somebody who got banned. I like this guy already. I skipped forward and he said, and that's my channel. It's not very much, but it's something to me. I want to grow new friends. I can't think of a better reason to start a YouTube channel. Well, I'm gonna subscribe to Farm Boy, and we're gonna see what's going on. He posted a video a day ago, so unless his ban is very recent. Oh, so like he was doing a hangout, and then someone who joined his hangout was like doing bad. Man, that's a little like inappropriate. Jesus Christ. Wow. Or Brian, you could stop making excuses and do videos now. Just saying. Sorry, not sorry. You know, 10-minute video, 5-minute video. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's like a really not cool thing to do, Brian. I have no idea what that person was, unless it was accidental. I have no idea what that person was thinking. Just beyond civilized. Yeah, I wouldn't let him appeal the ban either, you know? I would just let it say like, "Look, sorry, it's be more careful. Be more careful." That's not the kind of thing you wanna just like, especially like prepping. I wouldn't say prepping is not, um, oh, 14-hour days. Oh my god. That sounds terrible. Well, then you are excused from doing videos for a few months. I take it back. Trailblazer. Ugh. All those hoses and connections. Take lots of pictures. That's my advice. If you're doing it, you're already probably competent, but yeah. Well, I work overtime too. I know the feeling. Not as much as you, though. Overtime's better than not overtime. At least there's that. Yeah, good luck with that engine swap, though. Man, that is a project. You build trucks? Wow, what kind? Like normal trucks or like fun trucks, like off-road trucks or mudding trucks or rock crawling trucks? See, now I want to see all these videos. Stop talking about cool shit if you're not going to make videos about it. I mean, live streaming and inline 7 trucks I own. Wow. See, you gotta like if you made a video 7 trucks I built, like that would be really interesting. Look, I mean, there's no. Oh, is that like a Trailblazer thing? An engine? A different Trailblazer engine thing? Must be. You should get a boat, Brian, or an RV or some dirt bikes or something. You got all those trucks. Here I am with my little SUV trying to get 3 surfboards on the top of it like some crazy contraption. I'm gonna have like so much crap in my car when I finally take that thing to the beach. Sold 3 motorcycles. Oh, why'd you? Motorcycles are so fun though. Unless you're flipping them, then I understand. Another reason I want a house, I could, mess around with motorcycles a lot more. You don't really want motorcycle parts in your apartment. Oil kind of smells. Not, I don't mind the smell, but if the smell gets like inundated into the paint and shit, it's not cool. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I know I'm going to wrap it up for today. Maybe I'll come on later. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for coming by, y'all. I hope you have a productive weekend. Get out there and do something. I don't care how many hours you work, even if you work 14 hours a day. Oh, I know, Kalen. It's all right though. See, you got it. The early bird gets the worm, and the people that come to my stream at 8:58, well, they're still my friends, Kalen. Have you been enjoying? Is your trike put together, Kalen? Tell me real quick. Is your trike in one piece? Are you riding your tricycle? Because I need to know. I need to know if you're back on the road. I know you said a friend was going to put it together for you. Nearly complete. Okay. Tell your friend to hurry up because you need, I know it means something to you. Speaking of which, Kalen, you should put an action cam on that thing. You could be like Kalen's tricycle adventures. People love on the road footage. They can't get enough of it. So, especially because it's a tricycle, like you don't have to balance as much, so you're not like going left and right constantly. You can get like a lot better camera views. I think it'd be fun. Brian, why were you? Oh, what did you have? A Hayabusa? Jesus Christ, 205 miles an hour, brand new, GSXR. Well, the GSXR 1300 is the Hayabusa, but god damn, man. Is that like on the Florida Keys Bridge or something? Where the hell do you find a straight piece of road to go 205? Fucking A. That's holy shit, that's fast on like a stock quote unquote bike. Has nitrous or something in that bike? You got a turbo in that bike? How you going? Turbo, okay. You know, most stock motorcycles will not. I don't think any stock motorcycle goes 205. Well, you don't have to, we don't need to pry into Brian's personal bike, personal life. But I'm glad to hear you're in one piece. That's uh, that's faster than I've ever been on a motorcycle by a lot. Through downtown Atlanta. That's pretty intense, man. That's pretty intense. Holy shit. You and all your crazy friends, I'm sure. I'm sure it wasn't just you by yourself. This was you like with other people going 190. But anyways, super intense. You know, I wouldn't mind trying to do 200 on a bike, but I'd want to do it like on the salt flats or something like that. I hate to get all that salt on a bike though. Well, it just seems like a terrible thing to do to a bike. Holy good God. You know, I could calculate if you hit like a curb or something, I could do a physics calculation on like how far you might fly going 200 miles an hour. You would go like a long way. You really would. Yeah, it probably does on the salt flats. You know, I've never wrecked at speed, knock on wood. So that's definitely something I try to avoid. But I hate to say it, but I feel like one day I will. Not so much because of street riding, but because I do kind of want to mess around the track. And I feel like if you ride on the track enough and you keep pushing yourself, it's just going to happen. I'm not like one of those people that necessarily thinks that everyone needs to fall or that like it's normal per se. But I do get a sense that like most professional riders have probably fallen multiple times. It's just sort of unavoidable. But I definitely don't ride thinking like, oh, I'm just. Sometimes you just gonna go down. I don't ride like that. But ooh, ouch, 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 ouch. So you were ejected. Did you go up and over, or was it more like um, did you kind of fall off the side, up and over, or was it a flip from getting popped up from locking and then catching? Just out of curiosity. When I don't have the bike now, but when I was riding up in the canyons, that cars going wide and other people being crazy and animals are definitely there's a lot of hmm, up and over. Yeah, I mean, you do if you take a deer to the chest, that could be really bad. I I'm not the great at I'm not great at falling. I can roll to the right. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it like in an emergency. I don't know if I could call on my ninja reflexes, but rolling to the left I'm really not good at. I would probably just like put my arm out. So if anything I need to practice rolling to the left because I'm only good that way. Maybe would have saved me a sprained knee years ago snowboarding. Man, you are just on you're like I hope I mean if you like seeking thrills, adrenaline is certainly a hell of a drug. I don't want to say don't thrill seek, but it'd be nice to stick around so you can seek more thrills, right? Anyways, I'm gonna take off, people. I'm getting a little antsy. I gotta get up, get some water, head on to the side. I was on one knee and stood the bike and then head on to his side. I was on one knee, stood the bike up and into the ditch, and then ejected. Fucking A. That's why I like riding slow. I ride like an old man, usually. Sometimes I like, give a little bit of gas, but I mostly cruise. Mostly cruise. Also because I'm not a phenomenal motorcycle rider. So for me to try to ride, 70 miles an hour around the canyons is just not. Um, that's really cool. I've never done any martial arts stuff. No, that's not true, Billy. I'm gonna get back into the video stuff. I was, up till recently, I just started this new job, so I've been kind of like really focusing on that. But I'm done with school, and other than working on the boat, I got time and energy to make videos. So I'll be making some videos, I promise. And one more thing, quick announcement to the show. I don't want any trolls around, bothering anybody. Trolling people, trolling all day long, troll. Until next time, have a good one. Be safe, make some friends, and keep prepping.